This was the biggest campaign in TV history to save a show.
It was probably one of the best organized protests in the history of protests.
I've never seen anything like that happen, much less been a part of anything like that.
The power of an online community revealed itself to us.
Who knew a little Planters peanut could, shake an entire network to pick up a show that they had canceled?
Crazy, crazy things happen in life, and they certainly happen in this particular business.
We heard we were on the bubble. On the bubble means you're done. I look at things as you're a hit show or you're not a hit show. And for what it was at that point, apparently we weren't a big enough hit.
We just didn't have the ratings.
And then I think the call came the day before the upfronts, and it came to John and Carol.
Well, I got that call saying that we were canceled.
We're sorry, we're not picking up the show. Thanks anyway. You're all, have nice hair.
It was bad. It was very upsetting. It was sad. We love working here. We love working together, and we really felt proud of the show.
It's just a dream to be with these people. I'm in love with every single one of them, so I was very personally sad that I wouldn't be able to go see this wonderful family.
I was devastated. I mean, I don't mean to be such a big drama queen about it.
We were all really surprised.
It was horrible on many different levels.
Word soon leaked out, and that's when the fans sort of took it from there.
I love your show.
And I loved it.
I was saddened to hear it was canceled.
So you really got the fans on your side?
And you got me hooked now. Why did I invest my time in this show for there not to be an ending?
Pulled the rug right out from underneath me because I had gotten emotionally involved in this show. They can't do this to us. We've got to let them know that, we want this show back.
Fans who had really developed a mode of communication online went right to the computer.
We stood up Jericho Lives in about 2 hours and decided that we were going to save the show.
There was all this email about this fan revolt, and it was small, and it just made me feel good.
One of our writers, Steve Skaya, is a crazy World War II buff.
World War II, the winter of 1944, the Nazis penetrated the Allied lines.
That story is set during the Battle of the Bulge, when General McAuliffe came. The Nazis were surrounding the American troops, and they asked him to surrender, and all he said to them was, "Nuts." The fans just latched on to that word and used it as a calling to get the show back.
For Sean Daly, who calls himself Sean O'Mac, who has a radio show.
I host a internet talk radio program called Sean O'Mac Radio.
Sean, who was one of the first people who sort of heard that the show wasn't coming back, quickly rallied everybody on the radio.
How can we work this in? We gotta have something with the nuts. And then finally,
maybe everybody's listening could send little packets of peanuts to CBS and let them know it's for Jericho.
From there, it just snowballed.
Jeff Braverman, who runs Nuts Online, noticed that calls were coming in to his Nuts Online to send nuts to New York to CBS headquarters.
I was the nut guy. I wasn't a fan, but I became a fan of these people.
He became the clearinghouse for everybody just to come on. You could do a one-click, and all the nuts were sent together.
They could chip in $5, $10, and we brought it up to $50.
From Hong Kong, I sent about $40 worth of nuts.
When I started seeing it, I sent some myself.
And I sent them. So did my brothers and my mom.
And more orders started coming in. So I was like, wow, we're really on to something here.
One thing that I loved that he did was he had a counter on the website. I would go on the website all the time and just see how many nuts had been sent. Then there became all these cool little fan videos and all these great pictures. They made T-shirts. I ordered a T-shirt.
I made sure to show what we were doing on our end. So they would see pictures of my family and my employees loading up the UPS truck.
As a producer, you hold your breath going, are we crazy? Is this going to work?
It just snowballed into this huge thing with the Nuts campaign and everything else.
I would post a note that say, okay, your mission is go here, invade.
We handled roughly between 30 and 45,000 calls as people asking to bring Jericho back.
This whole campaign, we ended up shipping over 40,000 pounds of peanuts. That's 20 tons of peanuts. That's roughly 8 million individual peanuts.
It was an extraordinary number of peanuts.
And then we started to get little trickles that people were actually paying attention.
We realized that people were watching Jericho on different platforms.
It started then with a phone call saying, this is getting out of hand. The internet's going crazy. They're sending peanuts.
CBS's executive email accounts were swamped.
We got a call saying, you need to help us make this go away. To which I said, sorry, I can't hear you. Phone's dead. Bad line here. Gotta go.
At first, it was about doing some sort of internet presence.
I'm like, no, we're in the TV series business, and these fans are smart.
You don't make the terms. I do.
After a little while, 3 weeks to be exact,
we had a meeting one afternoon. Leslie Moonves was there.
They renewed us as a mid-season.
I immediately got on the phone and started calling.
What's going on? Talk to me.
Usually I do not answer my phone after like 9:30 because it either means somebody's dead or, you know, it's something bad.
Got woken up, Skeet's on the phone. I was saying, you know, I'll call him back.
I got a phone call from Skeet.
Apparently Skeet said, no, Lenny wants to take this call.
And he says, we're back. And I was like, who's back? What's back? What are you talking about? He said, the show. We got picked up.
And it was a kind of conference call between me, Skeet, and Alicia, and then Kenny Mitchell, who was, I think Kenny was in China.
4 of us were on the phone. We're all giddy. We're like school kids.
Well, I think we screamed like little girls for about 5 minutes.
I had a phone bill. One call was like $75. So
retelling the story, I'm kind of reminded of just how amazing, just how unlikely it is.
To actually think that the show is gone for a minute and then have it come back, it gives you a new appreciation for your job.
Still to this day blows my mind that many people chose to motivate and chose to care, and that we had touched so many people.
I think the fans saw what the show was about, which is about standing up for your rights, which was about rebuilding as a family. It was about integrity.
It was the intensity and the perseverance of this group that made the network say, okay, this is unlike anything we've seen.
The civil tone that the whole Nuts campaign took made a huge impact on the network. They said a lot of times these kind of campaigns are rude and insulting and threatening, and that wasn't the way this went down.
I think it was done with a great sense of humor and style, and certainly had a profound impact on our decision.
We learned a lot from the audience. We learned a lot from the feedback we got.
We came back to thank the fans, to give the fans what they wanted.
They worked so hard, and we felt a responsibility to deliver.
We were released from the notion of what do we think the network will allow us to do to what is it we want to do.
Because the fans brought us back. We were dead. We were dead in the water, and the fans brought us back.
Thank you so much. Power to the people, power of the people.
Thanks for bringing Jericho back, people. Thanks for all the nuts.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vince, Jericho, thank you very much.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
We really appreciate it. We wouldn't be here without you guys.
Thank you very, 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 very much. Thank you.
I will forever love these things, forever. I understand that a lot of them, are going to the troops over in Iraq, and I think we also donated some stuff to Greenberg, Kansas. Please donate to food banks, troops, homeless, shelters.